guys, it's a beautiful Sunday today. We've got some beautiful clouds and sun out. Amazing day today. And I'm just trying to find a place where I can read a book. So the issue is, it can't just be any location. Otherwise I could just read at home. So it has to fit within these 3 different criteria. First, it has to be close to here. It can't be, more than an hour away. I don't want to be driving the whole time. Secondly, it can't be too long of a journey. So if we're going on a hike and it ends up being 3 hours, I can't be hiking the whole time and only having like 10 minutes to read my book. So I'm looking for something around 1 to 2 hours round trip. Lastly, and most importantly, is that it has to have a decent view. Okay, I think I found it. So I've arrived at the hike, and it's quite confusing already. As you can tell from these signs, this is actually a multitude of different mountain biking trails around us. So I think I just gotta navigate myself around and make my way to the top somehow while avoiding bikes going up and down these trails, but adds a little bit of fun, I guess. Now I can understand how you could easily get lost here because there's so many different paths that you can take. But luckily, I have my good old trusty map, and hopefully this will lead me the right way. What's really cool about this trail is that the path is very narrow, and it's almost like you're walking through what seems to be a lot of bushes and trees, and yeah. As we're hiking along here, you can kind of see glimpses of what is likely going to be the viewpoint. But we're going back to the forest now, so hopefully eventually we'll see it. Alright, so I'm still not quite sure if I'm going the right way, but I did find something cool. You just follow me for a sec. Oh no! Look at this. Pretty cool, right? Not really where I would want to read a book, so we keep moving. Alright, so I've sort of settled in a spot here. I have 2 different choices of places that I think would be better, but let's see what you guys think. So I'm just off the side of the trail, and I found this shaded area that's quite nice, where there's little pockets of sunlight where the sun shines through. Generally, it's quite quiet here, and it's obstructed from the sun, which is quite nice. I feel like that area might be pretty decent. And then there's this second spot, which I think is just slightly better than the first, which is right here. I think this little pocket of shade right here, where the trees are blocking the sun, it's quite pretty. And then to the right, you can still hear the waterways that we just visited earlier. And just across the trees, if you just poke your head right behind, you can still see the view of where the ocean is and the city lies across the water. So I think I could totally see myself reading a book in this little pocket right here. But there's only one way to find out. So the book that we're actually going to start reading today is one that I got as a gift this week. So I got this book right here called Summits of Self by Alan Mallory. And what's really cool about this book is that if you open up the first page, it comes with these postcards right here. I guess this is the author that summited Mount Everest, and this is a picture of him at the very peak. And it's really cool. Here it says, "Rise above your perceived limitations and you will reach new heights." And on top of that, this book is actually autographed by the author himself, which I think is pretty amazing. It's not often that you get a book already pre-autographed, and plus this is a gift. So yeah, I'm just gonna start reading a couple pages of this and see how it goes. I think it's really cool that everything relates to climbing and summiting, which I really like because I love hiking, and although I may not do Everest at any point in my life, I could learn from someone that did. So I'm just gonna read a little bit of the book, hike back to my car, and I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace.